So the product I'm presenting you today is something I'm not very familiar with. This here is a Magic Blister pack. Oddly enough, not too many gaming stores actually sell these. If anything, the most common spot you could probably get these at were at retail units that sold Magic cards but weren't specifically game stores or specialized in gaming in general. If you've never seen these before, each of these blister packs comes with a premium foil card, which is, of course, a foil, but it also, if you can see it here, it has the mana wheel engraved on the text box, and 3 random boosters. Oddly enough, I feel like this product, although it is very uncommon, is to some extent discontinued along with Clash packs and event decks. The reason is this copy I hold in my hands is actually very old. I believe it's from early 2015. As I can see, one of the packs in it is a Fate Reforged booster. Another thing kind of weird about these things is they don't really have any Wizards logos. Oh, here we are. Here's the Wizards logo. My bad. So this is a Wizards official product. So we do know it is distributed by Wizards. It's just not quite as fancy as something like a Deck Builder's Toolkit or a Fat Pack, which you can see advertised here. This is also how you can tell this is from an older time period because it's advertising M14. Anyway, let's get to opening this thing. Alright, so unlike Fat Packs or intro packs or most other Magic package products, this doesn't have any fancy wrapper, so I won't get any saran wrap today. So it's just, honestly, the condition this is in, no reason you can tell it's so old is it's kind of beat up. It's got like a wrinkle in the plastic, the edges are curved, it's got like one fading here. This thing's been out for a while, and nobody wanted it, so let's open this up. Okay, so I think this is very simple. We just rip it here. There we go. And that was easy. So here's Genesis Hydra, which is our premium foil with our nice little mana wheel. Genesis Hydra is actually neat because it was actually part of a special cycle of cards from M15. It wasn't really a cycle, it was 15 cards that were designed by other game designers. You can tell from the original copy of Genesis Hydra, it actually said designed by George Fan. And George Fan, I believe, was the creator of, or one of the creators of Plants vs. Zombies, which is a game that is nothing at all like Magic. But Genesis Hydra is actually a really neat card. It's in a similar vein to Genesis Wave, except I still think Genesis Wave is a better card. But Genesis Hydra is a pretty sweet card. Honestly, a lot of people were thinking it was going to replace Bloodbraid Elf in Modern at a time period, but it never did. Honestly, I think it's just a little too tame for that, and in order for it to really be effective, you need a lot of mana. It's a great EDH card, and it's a lot of fun to play with when it does work the way you want it to. Anyway, our random packs are, of course, as I mentioned, Fate Reforged, Concept Art here, and Gate Crash. Wow. I knew it was something red. I was actually going to thinking it was probably Born of the Gods, but it's Gate Crash. So without any delay, let's open these up and find out what we get in this random blister. Starting out with Fate Reforged. Fate Reforged is my least favorite of these sets, so let's open it up and find out what's inside. I actually don't remember, or I don't recall, if it was possible to get a Fetch Land in Fate Reforged. I know it was possible to get a Shock Land in Dragon's Maze. I'm not sure about Fate Reforged, though, so let's see what's inside this. War Flare. Soul Summon, which was the Manifest. Manifest was a really neat ability. Sultai Skullkeeper. There's the battlefield. You get to put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. It's good if you want to play Reanimator. Reach of the Shadows. Destroy target creature that's 1 or more colors. So you just can't destroy colorless creatures. Harsh Sustenance. Pressure Point was interesting. I actually remember Pressure Point. I was actually thinking about trying to play that in Standard, but it didn't work out as well as I thought. Ambush Krutig. Enters the battlefield, return another creature to its owner's hand. Great with, being good with enter the battlefield effects. Hey, it's a swine! He's got some real bloody tusks. He's charming. Frontier Mastodon. There's a lot of Mastodons in Cartier block. Alicia's Vanguard has a dash and a 3/3. Cloud Form is our first uncommon. It's the cycle, I believe, of a cycle of... It was like similar to auras that manifest. Diplomacy of the Waste. A Reality Shift was interesting. I actually do remember a Reality Shift. It's sort of like cards similar like Swan Song or Path to Exile. So your opponent gets a creature when in trade-off you get to exile one of their creatures. So let's go to our rare. What's our rare? Rare is... Oh, nice. Yozova Dragonclaw. I actually do like this card quite a bit. I think it's actually quite neat. And it's actually quite constructed playable as well. So that's lucky for me. I got a card I would actually kind of like. And a Swiftwater Cliffs. I think this is what I'm talking about. The slot in the booster was actually supposed to be for a potential fetch land, but we got the Swiftwater Cliffs instead. While we didn't get any fetch lands in that pack, maybe we'll get one in this one. The original Khans of Tarkir. I remember this one. This was the Protection Feat of Resistance. Cancel. Barrage of Boulders. This thing I don't remember very well. It's just a weenie. Aura that regenerates stuff. Tranquil Cove's good. Rakshaka's Secret. Rakshasha's Secret. Try saying Rakshasha 5 times fast. A Mana Rock. Very nice. Naturalize with the Dragon Skull, which is very cool. Going into the uncommons, we have the Armament Core. High Spire Mantis is a 3/3 with Flying and Trample. Mardu Rough Rider, and our rare is the Kiru Spell Snatcher. I believe that's the thing that you flip it counters a spell. Oh, it flips over to become a Spelljack. That's interesting. And do we have anything else? We have a foil version of this thing in Plains. Oh boy, you just love it when you get 2 of the same card in one pack. And now we get to Gatecrash. This is actually kind of ironic. This Gatecrash is probably one of my favorite sets ever. Sadly, this will probably be the last time I ever open a Gatecrash pack ever. So this is actually quite kind of a monumental moment as I get to capture opening this on camera. Alright, let's see what we get. Farewell to Gatecrash forever. Alright, that's the, what was that called? I know what this does, but I forget what it's called. The Massive Raid. Massive Raid. Massive Raid. Night Watch. Get some Knights. Ruination Worm. Big nasty worm. Shattering Blow, exiles an artifact. Bomber Core. Midnight Recovery, I love Cypher. More Cypher, hey, I love more Cypher too. Dimmer Guildgate, that's a cool land. Another Naturalize, so it's the second Naturalize we've pulled in this blister. Spell Rupture. Coerce Confession, which was the kind of a interesting mill card that gave you moderate card advantage, or had the potential to give you card advantage. Ripscale Predator. It actually is a really big creature with menace. Urban Evolution Suite. I'm a big fan of that card. And our rare is 5 Alarm Fire. What else we got here? Plains. And nice. So that was kind of underwhelming. Oh well, for a set I liked so much, I got kind of a underwhelming rare. That's a pity. So that was the blister. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Wizards has been discontinuing all their package products. I feel like, if anything, considering this was such an old product, I feel like they discontinued it before they had announced that they were going to discontinue Clash Packs and Event Decks. Honestly, these blisters kind of remind me of the old tournament packs, and honestly, I feel like they could have potentially made for a cool limited environment, just like tournament packs were partially used for Steel Deck, or at least I believe they were at one point used for Steel Deck. It's been so long since I've had tournament packs, or since tournament packs have been in existence. I think they discontinued them back in like 2008, 2009. But these are interesting packs, and honestly, it's nice I can open this and show you what these packs were like, if they are discontinuing them for real. If you ever opened a blister pack or a tournament pack, please tell me what you think and your experience with it. As always, my name is Ryu Spector, and thank you so much for watching. Just don't forget to naturalize your subscribe button. I just realized there's a giant spider in the middle of Genesis Hydra. I don't know if anyone caught on to that.